Okay. So a trapezoid is a little different compared to the other quadrilaterals we've been working with because this one only has one pair of sides that are parallel. So that's the main difference, is that it only has one pair of sides that are parallel. And from here, we're just going to label a bunch of stuff on this big trapezoid and see what we kind of come up with. So your two parallel sides are called your bases. So like this could be like your base 1, your base 2. And they're parallel, so you can kind of put those little arrows on them if you want. They'll never touch. The two sides that aren't parallel, we call those your legs. So here's a leg, here's a leg. The line in the middle we call is the mid-segment. And the other big idea with the trapezoid are the angles on top of each other. So like this angle here and this angle here add to 180. Same thing on this side. This angle there and this angle here add to 180. All right, so if we want to fill in these properties quick, we have one pair of sides that are parallel, because that's what makes a trapezoid. Our angles between those two parallel lines are supplementary, that's why they add to 180. And then our mid-segment is parallel to our bases and is half their sum. So if we do these bottom two examples here, we're looking for the mid-segment. So we have a nice little formula that we can use. It's your base 1 plus your base 2. And then since we want half of it, we're going to divide it by 2 in the end. So like on this first one, 21 would be like our base 1. 35 would be our base 2. Now we just plug it in. So 21 plus 35 divided by 2. Does anyone need a calculator? No? All right. So what is 21 plus 35? 56. And then we're going to divide it by 2.
Okay.
Bingo. $28. So if you're looking for the mid-segment, the formula is really nice and easy to use. But let's say you're looking for a missing base. The easiest thing to do is just to kind of skip count. So what's 22 minus 15? Like how far away are those two numbers?
7.
7. So now we need to go 7 more away to get to our other base. So what's 15 minus 7?
8.
8. So there we go. That would be our other base. So they're the same distance away. Does that make sense to skip count? Okay. All right, turn the page, and then we have one other type of trapezoid. And that is an isosceles trapezoid. And that's when you have a trapezoid with congruent legs. Trapezoid with congruent legs. So we'll just label some stuff again. We got our bases still. So base and a base. Our legs over here. And then since they're equal, we can put a little tick mark so we know they're the same. And draw in our diagonals. They are the same length when you have an isosceles trapezoid. What else do we know? These angles still add to 180. And the last thing is we have these things called base angles, and they're the same. So this angle would be the same as this angle, and these two top ones would be the same as well. So you just for practice, let's pretend that this angle up here is 110. This one would be 110. This guy would be 70 and 70. I don't know if that helps you guys out or not. Okay, so we fill in these properties. Let's see here. We have one pair of sides that are parallel. That's what makes it a trapezoid. Base angles are congruent. Our diagonals are also congruent. Our angles between our parallel lines are supplementary. They add to 180. And legs are congruent. Okay, and then we just have a few examples on the back to do, just make sure we know what's going on that last page of our packet. So we're told we have an isosceles trapezoid. Find the missing angle measures. Yeah, angle C would be 102, right? So those guys are the same. Now what do D and A have to add to? 180, yep, so we can subtract away. And we get 80. And if A is 80, so is B. Okay, on this example, what other angle is 70? Yep, so D. And then how do we find the other two? Bingo. 110. So that's when you have an isosceles trapezoid. Okay, on this next one, we just have a regular old trapezoid. So we don't have any that are the same, but we can still subtract from 180 to find the missing one. So what is 180 minus 84? 96. What'd you get? 102? Perfect. Okay, and then our last one is just with a little bit of algebra, but same idea. So if we want to find x, what do we know about these two angles right there? What do they have to add to? Yeah. So we'll have 2x plus 62 equals 180. Yep, subtract that 62 over. So 180 minus 62 is
118.
perfect. Then we'll divide out. $59, I think. And pretty similar idea to find y. Those two still have to add to 180. I don't remember that one is off the top of my head. 40. 60? Yeah, is that what it is? 46? Do you feel okay about that? We're all right? Okay. Perfect. Okay, in your homework packet, we're doing the purple sheet on trapezoids. Okay, I'll start it off with you guys if you want, or if you don't want to listen to me, you can just keep working ahead, but I'll do these first 8 with you. Name the bases of our trapezoid. Remember, those are the ones that are parallel. So that would be like A, B, and B, C.
Are we doing one side?
Yeah, it goes quick. You guys will have plenty of time to hang out after. Now the legs would be the other 2 sides, so that would be A, B, and B, C. Determine whether the figure is a trapezoid, isosceles trapezoid, or neither. We have one of each of those. What do you guys think 3 is?
Trapezoid.
It is a trapezoid? So then,
Also,
exactly, so those legs are the same. What about 4? Trapezoid or neither? Neither, yeah, this would actually be a rhombus. And which makes 5 our trapezoid. Even though it kind of looks funny. But we do have those 1 pair of sides parallel. All right, and then these 3, we're using that formula right here. Mid-segment, add our bases together, then divide by 2. Nine? Yeah, I agree. Yep. What'd you get in this one, my dear? 17, yep. You should be okay. Okay, wave me over if you need me. On the next part, you're just matching